Hey Java coder. Um, the first thing I want to do before we start coding in Java, we have to make sure we've installed Java, the Java development kit on our machines. So let's try to do that. And you'll also find on the internet, if you want other perspectives, you can search for installing Java and you'll find many, many, many. All right, let's look under our course notes here, 103, installing Java. Overview here just tells us what we're going to do. First thing we want to do under install is to see if we already might have it installed. We don't need to reinstall it then. So we're just going to hop in there and we're going to go to our command line interface. For in Windows, we call it the console here. And we're going to pop in there and do this command here, the javac.version. That'll tell us if we have version installed and what that version is. Well, it says javac is not recognized. Okay, that's an indicator then that we do not have it installed. Java.version, we could keep going here. We don't really even need to. We know it's not installed at this point. Again, Java is not recognized, so they are not installed. Okay, so what we need to do is install Java. So I'm going to exit out of the console, and we'll come back to this at the end. We'll be verifying that we're installed properly. So let's go back to the install. Then it tells us here that if these fail, go back to the Java installation. So we don't have Java, so we're gonna go ahead and continue on with the download and install. And we're gonna download the JDK right here, and it tells us for Windows, for example, let's see here, to grab the exe file for that. So we'll do that. I'm going to pop over to Windows here, and there is the exe, and we're just going to download that. And I won't make you wait for that, so we will skip ahead here and be back in 1 second. Okay, so now we have in our downloads folder on our PC, we have this executable here that it will install Java. We can double click on that to do the installation, and it takes a few minutes, and I won't have you wait and watch that, but just to know that you would double click on that, and then you're going to get a prompt whether you want to continue. So we'll do that, and we'll continue on in 1 second here. Okay, so we've installed Java onto our machine, and let's see what we have here. Okay, now we're continuing on with the install. We've ran the executable, so we should have it installed on our machine. It's telling us right here that under Program Files Java, we should find it. So let's see what we have under Program Files Java. If we navigate to Program Files and to Java, we do have the JDK right there, 18.1. All right, so we have it. So that's so far so good. Now we're going to continue. Now we're going to go to the configuration. So we have Java on our machine. We need to do a little bit of configuration. All right. So this is a Windows machine here, so we'll do that. And Mac and Unix is very similar. So let's go there to Windows, and there's some steps there. I'm going to go to the Start menu here, and I'm going to pop up Settings. All right there, Settings. And then we're going to search for Environment here. That should be enough. Okay, I'm going to click Edit Environment Variables. All right, there it is. And it's telling us then to click on environmental variables. Let's do that. We will be a good listener. Let's see, environmental variables. I'm already in there actually right here. All right, so I click on that and I got environmental variables. Now we want to do a check here on Java Home. And I already have that installed from previous, so we don't need to do a new here. We'll do an edit. Let's see here, Java Home, there it is, right there. And I am going to copy this guy here, this path, to the JDK. Going to copy that path into our environmental variable here. And let me just cancel out of there and open that back up again. Didn't want to be editable, so let's make sure it's editable. Let's try that again. Environmental variables, Java Home. Sometimes it's just fussy that way. This time it is editable. And I'm going to copy that in right there. So that's our Java Home directory. Going to OK that. So now let's see, what are we doing next? Our next step is to look under, so we did that right here. We're going to do the path, and we're going to set that to Java home bin. I'm going to copy that right here. If I type it, I might make a mistake, so I'm going to copy it. It says then to put it into the path, and it says to actually move it up to the top. So we're going to do that. Jump down to the path here. All right. I am going to edit that. And I already have it in there, so I'm going to, from previous, I'm going to pretend I don't. So I'm going to do a new here and copy in Java home bin as I copy that, I paste that in as I copied it before. And I'm going to just do a move up. And Java just happens to be picky about where it is. So we're going to make it the top priority here and move it all over to the top. Clickety click, click, click. All right, there we are. We're at the top, Java home bin. All right, going to OK that, OK that, OK that. So our environment should be OK. We OK'd it. Now we're going to go to the verify page. We're going to see how we're doing. All right, so the easiest thing to do on verification is this version thing that we just did a minute ago and we failed, right? So let's go back to our command line interface or our console right here. All right, let's take a look there, see how we're doing. We're going to try that same command we tried before and see if we have better luck now that we think we're installed. We're verifying Java C minus version, doing that command up here, right? That command right there. Hit enter, and there it's showing us the version right there, 1801. So your version number could be a little bit different. It changes all the time. All right, let's also make sure that Java, the runtime environment, JRE, is there. Version on that one. Only difference is the first time we did the C for the compiler, now we're doing the Java version. And we see that that is like that. Actually matches up pretty good. 18021.0.2.1 matches up. So there we go. So we're going to continue just because as programmers we're paranoid we don't trust the system until we really are sure. So we're going to do another verification here. And we're going to take this file here and that it's given and we're going to unzip it. I'm going to copy hello world. And it says to put it into a little working directory here. I'm going to paste it in there. And we're going to go back to, we want to close the command line interface and get the most recent, so we get the most recent environment. Going to open up the console again, and it tells us to do right here, a compile. Java C, hello world.java. All right, Java C, hello world.java. No errors there, so if we do a dir, we have a class file, so okay. You should not get any errors, so no errors. We're going to run it. All right, and for that we do Java hello world. Java hello world. All right, let's run that guy. Java hello world. And we get an output right down here. It says hello world, like it tells us it should right there. So if that fails, there's another thing to try here too. All right, all we do is add this little class path there. All right, so far so good, huh? Actually, we're verified. So we are actually done. We have Java installed. If you run into issues, the troubleshoot page here has some possibilities for diagnostics there. Under here, there's some differences there. You can look at this if you want to do file associations and Mac versus Windows. But in essence, though, we are done. We did an install, and we did a little bit of configuration with that path, right? Then we verified our install. So that's installing Java, and we will talk to you soon.